Hello guys, welcome back to another part of this series. So in this part we shall be unwrapping this BMW car. Yeah, let us get to it. So how I'm gonna do this unwrapping is from the reference. Those parts that has the same material are gonna be a single object, like the car paint, the windshield, the side, the front and the back will be joined together. All those plastic materials are gonna be a single object. So let us get to it. So first thing, let me hide the wheels right now, and then let us deal with the parts with the car paint material. I like to bring this panel up, and then let's right click rather, and then click on vertical split to split our screen, and then we change this to the shader editor, then press N, and this will be the UV editor, just like this. Let us select the wood and then add a new material to it, and then we can select this principal BSDF and press Ctrl T to add this image texture. And Ctrl T works if you have the Node Wrangler add-on enabled. You can go to Edit, Preferences, and then click on Add-ons and then search for Node Wrangler. So this, just click on this to enable it and then save. So right now let us add a new material and then call this car paint, like this, and then change this blank to UV grid and then click on new image. So if you go to the material preview right now, you see we're having like a ash color right here, and then to enable the UV grid you have to unwrap this wood. So right now we go to edit mode. This is what we have. So if I press A to select all and then unwrap, you can see the UV grid has been applied to it, but right now you are seeing this part is looking stretched, so you have to apply the mirror modifier. So just click on apply mirror modifier and then select all and then unwrap this way. So we have to rotate this to face the Y direction, so we have to select everything right here and then RY90 like this, and then scale it down, bring it up, you can scale it down a bit more, and then let's drop it at this point right here. So that is the wood covered. So let us deal with the next thing, which is this side panel. And yeah, as you can see right here, like we have a break between this side panel and also the ones that goes to the front. So we didn't do that in our model. Right now we have to fix it. So let's go to the object mode, and then I think this is it. Ctrl B to bevel just a bit, and then I'm gonna select everything here like this, all of this vertices, and then press P to separate, just like that. And you just need to sharpen all of these parts, and just add a loop cut and slide it towards that part, and you can slide this one back like this, and slide this one towards this part. Yeah, and the next thing you can do is you can just go to extrude mode, select everything like this, and then extrude it in the Y direction to meet at this point. I can join these two at center, add a loop cut, join these two also at center, just like this. So now all we need to do for this part, let's go back to the material preview. So you just need to select everything and then press U unwrap like this. So you have to link the same material. Just select this object here, go down shift, select this other object, and then press Ctrl L, and then link materials coming. Yeah, so you just link material like that, and then we can select all of these objects. We also have to rotate it 90 degrees in the Y direction, RY90, and then position it. You can also scale it down a bit more, and bring it to this point right here, and scale it out a bit. Yeah, and this is it. And I think the grid for the wood is too big, so we have to scale this one out. Let's just say it to this point. Yeah, so if you select these two objects, the side panel and the hood, and go to edit mode, you can see it is intersecting with each other, and we don't want that. We want it to be separate, because if you are going to texture this, it won't work. So you just have to select all of this and then bring it down this way. I think I'm still gonna have to scale everything. I cannot select everything and then scale it down a bit more, and then I can just position this G, move it to position, and then just position this one to at this end. I think that should do. So let us move to the next part, which is the side panel. So you can just select these two, link materials, select this object here, select all, project from view, just like this, and you can scale it out a bit more just to match the UV grid. I can just bring it. If you are trying to add a wrap to this object, the doors for this side, you're gonna have to be it to be different from the unwrapping, but this side will be different from this side. So we will need to apply the mirror modifier if you want to add like a car wrap to that. Okay, let's just continue with this for now. So for this part right now, let's go back to this solid view. So we need to add like a seam for this part. Yeah, so we can select this hood part, switch to X selection, or you can just leave this, and then we can select all of this loop right here like this, and then press Ctrl E, mark seam. You can also select all of this part, Ctrl E, mark seam like this, and yeah, we can select all of this here, Ctrl E, mark seam. So now if you select this and I press L, you can see it is selecting everything. So if you go to this option right here and then click on seam, it will only select the parts that was already cut using this seam. Press this vertex, press L to select this part, L also to select this part, and then L to select all of these parts. We still have to add a seam right here also. So we can just go here, Ctrl E, mark seam, and then L to select all of these parts. So you can go back to the material preview now, and then you need to apply the modifier also. Apply the mirror modifier. So if you select this vertex right here, press L to select all of the roof. Then we can go to the top view and then press U to unwrap, just like that. Or you can just press U, project from view. Project from view is the best thing to do. So you just move it to position like this, and then let us select this the hood and then link materials. Link materials, just like this, and let me join these two, all of these objects to the hood, Ctrl J to join, and then we go back to edit mode, select everything, and then you can see the parts that has been unwrapped. So you can just bring this on to position. Let's try to line it up and bring this on to this point right here, and then this is the hood. You can select everything here and we just bring it up like this. Yes, so I can select all of this also, and let's see, I press U, project from view. This is what we have, and if I scale it out, this is what we have, but I don't think this part is looking pleasing. So all I need to do for this part is just select all of this vertices right here, this down part, and then Control E, maxim, just like that. And then we can select this one and then press U, project from view. You can scale it out a bit more just to match. We want the square just to be even with this other square, and just scale it out a bit and then bring it down to this point. Yeah, I think that is okay. Yep. So for this part, you can just select everything here and then press U, unwrap, like this. We'll have to scale this down. I'll scale it down like this. Let me adjust it a bit more. Yeah. So you can just leave it this way. Yeah. And then we have to deal with this, the other parts. So you cannot select all of this. Okay, we have to maxim at this end. Select all of these vertices, Control E, maxim. Select this and then press U, unwrap. Select everything, move it toward this point, and let me select the hood, select everything here, and move this one to the side. G. I select this. I have to position this one also. Select everything. I'm just trying to match the scale of this part to the other part. So I have to select everything, and then we select that part that we need to match up scale with, and then we move its position, scale it also a bit more, just like that. And okay, I think I want it to look closer to that other side, so you can just move it so the square will show, just like we have it at the other side. Yeah, so you can select all of this one also, press L, go to the other side, which is Control 3. Let me turn off the blueprint, and then we can press U, project from view, like this, and then bring it to position, just like this. Now you can select everything, press A to select everything, and let's see what we have. So this fender is the fender for this other side, so you can scale it out a bit more like this. Select all of this one also, scale it out like this. Just we're trying to match the scale together. So yeah, so I think this part has been sorted out. So you just need to select this base part also, and then you can Control 1, and then you can press U, project from view, just like this, and just bring it down, just like that. Yeah, so all we are left with is this part, sorry. So you can just select all of this, and then we can just press unwrap, and then scale down. Yeah, we unwrap it and then we scale it down, and then you can just move it to position, just like this, and we scale it out more. I think this is okay. So we have to do the same for this. Select all of this, press U, unwrap, select everything here, scale it down, GX, just move it to position. We're having 1 2 3, yeah, we're having 3, so scale it out in GY, just like this. So we can select this two, also select this two, and I don't want it to be at the same position. Then let me just scale this one out, just have the same level of scaling. Yeah, so all that we have left with this part, so you can just select all of this and then press U, also unwrap, scale it down. You can rotate it 90 degrees, RY 90, move it So we can select everything here, A, and then let us bring it to position. You just have to match it up to provide space for the other parts, because we're going to be joining these together. So you can select this one also, bring it here, select the roof, bring it to this point right here, select this part also, bring it to this point. You can select this too, and then move it here. Let me bring this one back here. Yeah, so if you select this object that we just completed, and then select this other object too, and then go to edit mode, tab, see what you have. So we have to join it too also. Just select this two and press J to join. So this is the parts that has the carpent's materials. So you can go to edit mode also, and then we have overlapping UVs. So you just have to space it out. You can select this one and then move it to this point, and just scale it down a bit more like this. Yeah, I think this should be okay. And then for this part, let me just move it closer. Also move this one close, scale it down a bit more, move it close, and yeah, there we go. So that is some parts sorted out. And I think the roof, let's see, the roof, you have to scale it out a bit more, because the grid is too large compared to the other parts. So let me select everything, scale it out of place. You can also bring it in to this point, GX, like this. Yeah, so the next thing for us to do is this boot side. So we can just select this one. We have to apply the mirror modifier, select everything here, and then press U, unwrap. I just copy the same material, link materials, and then select this part. You have to rotate it also, RY 90, just like this, and then we have to scale it down just to make the square grid to match up with the other part roughly. And we can just bring it to position also. Yeah, so all you can do, you can just join it to this part also, join it, and then select everything like this and see if it's not overlapping. It is overlapping, so you can just select everything here, and let's see. Interesting. So we have to scale this one down a bit more, and then position it to this side. Let me bring this one up, and then select this one, and then bring it up. Really weird. Let me just bring this to the left side. You have to scale all of this one down. So you can select everything and then scale it down with individual origins, and then scale it down a bit, and switch back to medium point, and then we can just adjust this and select all of this and bring it to this side. Scale it down a bit more, just like this, and select all of this, also bring it to this side, select all of this, bring it to this. So the next thing for us to do is okay, all of this side panel, so we can just join it like this. The mirror modifier for this other side has disappeared. Interesting. So what you can do is you can just select this other part and also the door side, and then we can P to separate, and then add a mirror modifier mirror. Let's bring it up. So those parts are back, because this part is not having the mirror modifier. If we join this to this, it delete the modifier to take the modifier properties of this part. So that's why we're having a mess right there. So all of these parts, you can just select it and then press Ctrl G to join, and then we can select everything like this. You project from view, just like this, and then let's copy the same materials for it, like that. Let's select everything here, and then here we have it. So we can select this part and then also select this and the wood, and then go to edit mode, and then make sure it is not it isn't overlapping. So you cannot select those parts and then bring it to the side. Yeah, so that is it. What else as the car paint material? Let's see. We have the front bumper and also the rear bumper. Also for this side, let's see, still the same car paint. So you have to like project from view, link the same material for this, and select everything, and then select these ones too. Go to edit mode, select everything, and then you can select this part, yeah, and then move it, let's say to this point right here, just like that. Yeah, so for this front part, let's see, just like we're gonna have to do a separate material for this, because right now we're having a lot of UVs here, so there won't be a space for the other parts to go through. So you just have to leave this one. The bumpers will have their own material. We can just copy the same carpet material for that, and then yeah. So let us deal with the windshield now. So let us click on this windshield right here, and then go to new, press Ctrl T to add a new material, and let's call it windshield, like this. Also UV grid, and then create new. So for this windshield, let us apply the mirror modifier. Go to the top view, select everything, and then unwrap, just like this. You can scale it down, RY90 to rotate, bring it to this point. You can also select the side windows, also select everything, you unwrap, you can scale it down, select this one, rotate it 90 degrees to this side, also select this RY90 minus, because you're following this. You can just move it closer to each other like this, and then we need to join it to the front windshield, just like this, and then select everything. You can scale this out a bit more, like this. Select this ones, scale it out. Yeah, and then let us join the back windshield to this also. Oh sorry, we have to apply the mirror modifier, and then join it to this also. Select this one, you unwrap, scale it down, RY90, like this, and then you can select everything, and then here we have it. Here we have the windshield sorted out. Cool. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, not cool. I should have applied the modifiers. Separate this one for now, and then add mirror modifier, to that side, and then let's bring it up, apply the mirror modifier, and then we can select these ones like this, and then bring it up. Also having two windows, so if I select everything like this, this is the window for this side, for that back side, and then why this is for this side. So we can join it to this part too, like this, and now we can just bring this one up. Sorry, select this, bring this up, let's scale this down, bring this to this point. Yeah, and that is it. The windshield has been covered. Yeah, so let us deal with this bumper part first. Let me save this file. So the bumper, let us add a new material, Ctrl T, and then name it bumper, like this, create new, and then yeah, for we need to add seam. Let's go back to the solid view. Before applying the mirror modifier, we need to add seam. So you can select all of these parts, all of this, like this. Okay, there's nothing on the back, and then you can press mark seam. So if you select all of this, L, you can see only that part that was selected. Also, we need to mark seam for this side also. And then Ctrl E, mark seam, like this, and then press L. You can see. Let me just test first. If I select everything here, all of this, L, and I press U, unwrap, this is what we have. Okay, let me add a seam here. Let us add a seam right here also, mark seam, and let's see. Okay, there's a breakage here. Let's also see a breakage here, also a breakage here, and okay, we need to add a seam right here also, mark seam. Also at this end, mark seam, and there we have it. We no longer have a stretch. Everything has been sorted perfectly. So let us go back to solid mode so you can see the parts I added the seam. So we added the seam at this corner right here, at this corner right here, at this corner, at this corner, at this corner right here. This one's also this. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So we added the seam at 9 places. Yeah, so let us apply the mirror modifier now, and then we can select all and then unwrap, bang. Now I can select all of this, yeah, which is the front bumper, I think, and then we can rotate it RY 90 and then minus negative, and then we can just bring it. Is it really negative? Let's see which part it is, and never mind. So we can just move it in position and then scale it out a bit more, like this. Yeah, and then for this part you can just bring it, move it anywhere. All of this you can just move it anywhere, like this. Let's bring this one up a bit. Let me scale it down a bit, and then RY90, rotate these ones just like this, and I think that is it. So let us deal with the rear bumper also. So let us select the rear bumper. I think this one is pretty easy to do. So we can just select everything like this, and hold on, let me link the material. link material, and then select everything, you unwrap. But we're having some slant mess, so all I'll just do is RY90, rotate it this way like this. So let me scale it down. Let me just scale it up, and then we join it to the front bumper, and then select everything, and then we can separate this or just move it down just like this. Also, we have to select all of this, move it down just to give some breadth to those parts. Select all of this on, bring it to the side, and there we have it. Yeah, so this part, which is the undercarriage, let me just give it a new material. Control T, new, call it under. But I don't think, oh, undercarriage. So we have to start naming everything. This is carpent. This is the windshield. This is the front or the bumper. Okay, carpent, windshield, and this is the undercarriage. So for this one, I'm not gonna do anything because this is the bottom of the car, so which is not gonna be visible. So right now, I'll just use a smart UV for this. Smart UV, bank, and there we have it. This will be the exhaust, new exhaust. So for this, Control T, and new material, exhaust. I'm trying to fuck with texture painting this, like, and painting the car. It's gonna be cool, just like the Bad Boys 2 style. I swear, it's gonna be cool. All right, and yeah. So for this, we need to add a seam at the top because the top is not visible. So you just have to. Oh shit! This is a bad topology. Oh. So you just have to select all of these vertices right here, like this, and then mark seam, and then select all of this, mark seam, select all of this, also mark seam, select everything, and then unwrap, and there we have it. And bring this back. So that is the first part, which is the pipe. Let me just scale it down because I'll need to join this other part. I can't join it without applying the solidify modifier. So let me just apply the solidify modifier and then select everything, unwrap. So we need to add a seam for this. Also, we need to add a seam at the top. Right at the top, mark seam, and then at this part, let's say the back. No. Just fuck with this. Mark seam, and let's say for the back side, we need to add a seam right here. Also, let's select all of this. I don't think you are saying this clearly. You can just mark seam here, select everything, and then you unwrap, and there we have it. Let me just link the same material, and we need to join. Okay, already joined. You can also use a smart UV for this. Smart UV, and link the same material for this also, and we scale it down, scale it up, and we join it. Oh, I don't need to join it. Let me just see everything right here. Okay, yeah, cool. So that's part of the sorted also, and yeah, let us deal with this. Let's see. Let me just name it front bump, bumper signal. Actually, I don't know what they call this. Yaks. So let's add a new texture to this new, and let us see okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add a seam right here, so you can just select all of this to this point downwards like this, even this, and then we click on mark seam. No, not this. We're gonna stop here and then click on mark seam. So we also do the same here. Click on this corner to this point and here, and then we click on mark seam. So that breaks it. Let's go back to material preview, select everything, and then unwrap. Okay, we have to cut it all the way through to the bottom, so you can select everything here also through to the bottom, and then mark seam. So you select all of this, only this part was selected. So I can just select everything, then unwrap. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, so that is it, and you can see the seam breaking through at that point, and here we have it. That part has been sorted out, so you can just scale it down a bit more like this. So that's it. That's that. So we have to apply the same modifier or the same material for the front side. Link material, and this one you can just apply the mirror modifier, select everything, and then unwrap this way. I think this one should be simple and easy. You can just scale it out. You can't even scale this one out. We're just gonna leave this one this way. We're gonna leave that one that way, and clear seam, and then unwrap also for this. We're just gonna leave it this way. And then we can just join these two together. So this is the bumper part also sorted out. Yeah, okay, that's the same material. So you can just select this part, add a new material, name it plastic, and then we can just use let's see, okay, this one wasn't, so we can just select everything and then unwrap like this. You can just scale it down a bit more, and then let's Ctrl T, new texture will be great, and for this you can scale it down or up. Let me just scale it up because this is gonna be a plastic, so you can select these other parts also just like this, and then unwrap. Oh shit, we can't do that. So all we just need to do is you need to mark a seam right at this end, because right now, let me just separate it for now. Let's separate all of these parts. Yeah, so we have this, so we can just add a seam right here. Select all of this all through, and then mark seam, select everything, unwrap, like this, and let's check, give it a plastic material, just like that. Cool. And you can select these ones also. You just have to select all of this loop at the back, and then you select all of this also. And then we're maxing, you can select everything. You to unwrap also. Let me join it to this, and this one you need to scale it out, or you can just leave it this way. Let's see if I select everything. Let me just bring this one to the side right here, and all of this, including this, let me just scale it down. We have to fuck with the tiling. If you want to match the scale of the plastic material, you just have to play with the tiling. Right now, just try to match it as close as possible. And then this one you can just place, you can add a seam here also. Control E, mark seam, select everything, unwrap, and link materials also. And this you can just scale it down a bit more, GX, like this. And let's select everything. Okay, we need to unwrap this one also. Unwrap, link materials, just like this. Just a rough, smart unwrapping. Yeah, and we can just move this or rotate it, and then we select everything. Control A to apply to go to edit mode, and then we have to avoid the overlapping. GX this way, and there we have it. So let's bring back the other parts. Don't fuck with this for now. Add a new material. This will be the rear wing, and Ctrl T, new blank, and for this part let me apply the mirror modifier first. No, before applying the mirror modifier, let me add a seam. So view frame selected, let me add a seam at this corner right here. Mark seam also at this end. Mark seam, and then mark the seam here also. Also mark a seam here. Let me isolate this, and now we mark a seam at this part we need to clear this seam. We don't need this one. You can just clear seam. So all we need to add the seam is at this bottom part. So just like that. So you can just select everything here, apply the dim modifier, unwrap. Oh shit, we need to, let me separate this one for now. Select everything here, unwrap this. It ain't working, it's not working. So I think we just need to add a seam here also. Max seam, max seam, max seam, and then we max seam. Select everything and then unwrap. Boom. Max seam. Then select everything, unwrap, and there we go. So the next thing is to unwrap this. Also project from view, just scale this up, and this will be the signal light. Control T, add a new material just like this. You can hide this. Also project from view for this. This will be the signal light panel. Select everything, project from view, Control T, new, just like this. All I'm doing is just doing this roughly, just very rough. Or for this, let me try to mark a seam, right? No, I have to do this one right. So what I can do is, let's go back to object mode and then select all of these vertices below like this, mark a seam. Also select all of this above, mark seam, and then we select all of this, mark seam. Then select everything and then unwrap. And let's see how, wait, also we need to mark seam for this part, mark seam, also mark seam, and then we mark seam for this base also, from here to here, mark seam. Let's select everything, unwrap, and let's go back to material preview, and this is what we have. Actually this base is looking bad. We want the top part also, and let's see what we're going to do to fix it. So what we just do is clear seam for all of these parts, but leave these ones. Select all these parts, clear seam, and let us see, unwrap. Yeah, that fixed it. So that's fixed it. Cool. Yeah, And then this is the logo. Let's name this logo, and then we apply the mirror modifier, select everything, go to the top view, or we cannot select everything, and then press unwrap, scale it down, and then let's see, new, and then we'll rotate it this way. Yeah. Guys, okay. So the next thing for us to unwrap is the tail light, and also this plastic part. And then this is the logo part. Let me assign the logo material to this logo, and control 1, and then let's apply the mirror modifier also, and then we press U, project from view. This way you can also scale it out again, and just bring it to this position like this, and let us select the other logo. Let me press Ctrl J to join, and select everything. Let me scale this down a bit like this, and then also scale this. But this logo is gonna have the same material, so it has to be on top of each other, or just like a separate. Anyways, I'll now I'm gonna do it. So you can just leave that for now. This plastic material, let us assign the plastic also, but I think it will be too much, so let me just name this plastic 3. Plastic 3. Plastic 3. Yeah. And so we assign the same material also to this new, just like a plastic material, and then we apply the mirror modifier, and view frame selected, and what we can do is let us mark a seam right at this end here. Mark seam just like that, and also mark a seam here. Hold on, let's see. Okay, let me mark a seam right here. Mark a seam, and then we press U, unwrap, Ctrl 1. This is what we have, which is not bad. Oh, it is bad. The seam is making it look bad. So let me clear the seam, unwrap, and then I think we should go with this. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. So this will be the tail light glass. So let us name this tail light glass, and we press Ctrl T also, new UV grade, just like this. And then for this you just have to do the normal unwrapping. Hold on. Oh, we need to mark a seam, so you can select everything around that round, and then mark a seam, select everything, unwrap, just like this. So let me show you where I added the seam. So I added the seam right here. Let me go back to the solid view. So as you can see right here, we added the seam right here. I'll just press E, and then we unwrap. U rather, it select everything, and then U to unwrap, just like that. So that's our unwrapping, our UV mapping for the body. So all done. So okay, this is also a plastic. I think I unwrapped this already. Yeah. So let us deal with the the wheels. Yeah, let us deal with the wheels. So let us unhide that, and yeah, select this tire, control I to invert selection, and you have this ones. So for the tire, it's gonna be a simple unwrapping process. So we can also view frame selected like this, and all we do now is select all of this loop right here, Control E, mark seam like this, and yeah, also the seam at the back, Control E, mark seam, and yeah. So we have to select like a loop right here. Let's say right at this point. Okay, no need. So since we've done that, all we need to do now is select this, press L, link, seam, just like this. This is where the text is gonna be. So you can just press U, project from view, just like this, and then we move it to position somewhere here, and we can hide it like this. We also do the same for this. Select the linked, which is the same, U, project from view, select it, and then we move it to this point. You can also hide this one, and then for this part, which is gonna be flat, we can select all of this loop right here, trying to find a better spot to add this cut. So let me just add a cut right here. So we can select everything here, all of these vertices like this, like this, like this, like this, all the way to this point, like that. And then we can okay, also select this one, and then press Ctrl E, mark seam at that point, and then we'll press U, unwrap, and this is what we have. We want it to be straight, so we need to add another seam at another point. So let us say this side, we need to select everything here, also all of these vertices selected, just like this, and then select the last vertex here also, Ctrl E, mark seam, and then we can press U, unwrap, just like this. And we have to we have two threads cut, but it is not straight, it's not looking straight. So trying to make it straight, let us see. I don't think we can make it straight, so we just leave it this way. Basically there's no material, no texture applied to it, just a basic bump noise rubber material. So this is what we have for the tires. So let's name it tire like this. Let me see if I apply the UV grid, and let's see what will happen. So let us bring back the many parts, which is and the rim. Let's name this rim. This rim is gonna be basically simple stuff to do. You can just press U, smart UV, bang, and there we have it. Smart UV worked. Let us see. Ctrl T, nail, this, we just need a smart UV for this, smart UV projection for that, and also for this one also use smart UV projection, and this will also have the rim material also to it, apply to it. Or let us see, okay, yeah, rim 2, yeah, and then this brake disc also, name it brake disc, and then we select everything, your smart UV project, and there we have it. Yeah, so that's basically just it, the rim. So once you've done the unwrapping for this side, you can just distribute it to the other side. You can delete all of this, and then we select everything here, bring back our body, and then we press Shift D Y, and then distribute it to the remaining parts, just like this. And then we can select everything in the wheels, select object, Shift D X, just like this. And then we select this one, RZ180, select this one also, 1Z180, and then we bring it to position also, just like this. Yeah, so basically this is the unwrapping of the BMW car. So I'll be testing this car in Substance Painter, and I might show the speed up process for texturing, and I'll provide the link. And in the next part, I'll be converting this car to a game ready asset. So thank you for watching. You can subscribe if you want, and I'll see you in the next part. And also I'll put this model for sale after the texturing. Thank you for watching once again, and I'll see you.